Hi everyone, it's Tasha from Stardust Gold Crochet, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to do the knit stitch, also known as the waistcoat stitch, which is a stitch that you can use to create Fair Isle styles like the one I did for my Fair Isle slouchy beanie, and also you can see you can create very cool graphs using graphs with it, and it's looks just like a knit stitch, which is so awesome. So let's get started and I'll show you how to do this stitch. So the stitch works the best in the round. You can do it back and forth as well, but you can get a really clean look if you do it in the round. So here I'm going to just do a quick chain and one row of single crochet, and then once we're finished with that, come on back, and I'd say probably do maybe about 20. All right, do that and push pause and come right back. Okay, so this hat works in the round and this stitch works really well in the round. So we're going to go ahead and join. Just follow along down your chain. Make sure that everything is flat and then kind of flip it to the side like this and join into one of the top loops of your chain, and then you slip stitch through. And so here I'm going to go ahead and chain one, and then I'm going to work an entire row of single crochets, and that will be our base to start working the knit stitch. So pause the video and then come back when you've worked the entire round doing single crochet. Alright, there I've done the entire row of single crochet, and now I'm going to join into the top two loops of my first stitch, and I'm going to do a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain one. My yarn is being funny. Okay, so I'm going to chain one, and here's where we're going to do the knit stitch. So a single crochet has two legs on it, 1 and 2. If you see the top two V, like the top two loops of your V, which they call it a V because it looks like a V when you turn it sideways, but working horizontally like this, you're going to go down and you're going to see the two little legs of your single crochet, which can be kind of hard to see, but I'm going to block out everything else but those two little V's. So the knit stitch, you kind of grab your, actually I'm going to switch out to a different hook because this type of hook works a little bit better than the Bates hook. So you grab the right hand leg of your single crochet, kind of pull it back, and then insert your hook through back to the other side of the single crochet. Then you're going to yarn over and complete a single crochet just like normal. So let's do that a few more times so you can get the hang of it, and then you'll be able to see what it looks like when you've done it 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times. And depending on the yarn and the hook you use, it can go pretty fast, just like a regular single crochet. It's just the placement of the single crochet stitch that turns it into the knit stitch, aka waistcoat stitch. It's kind of confusing to call it a knit stitch because knitting already has a stitch called the knit stitch, of course. So crochet didn't want to steal that, I'm guessing, so they said waistcoat, which I'm not really sure what the origin of that is, but it'd be really interesting to find out. So here we've completed quite a few, and you can see my tension's a little bit off, but it's okay because this is the tutorial. So once you go around again, let's meet up at the other side. Pause the video. Okay, now we've come to the end of our round, and here is our slip stitch and here is our chain. So it's really nice to go ahead and join in your chain one from the previous round. It leaves a nice edge, and I'll show you that edge that it leaves if you can see it. You can't really see it on that one. Let me show you a different one. This is it. That's your seam when you join into the chain one. So go ahead and join into that chain one with a slip stitch and then chain one. So the very first stitch is right here, as you can see. So we're going to go straight into the center of that one and keep going around doing our waistcoat stitch, aka knit stitch. Oops. I will leave a link down below in the description for the changing colors when you're doing this. Okay, so I hope you guys have the gist of it. Also, another note, keep your tension very loose. Make sure you pull up each time after each stitch, because this stitch will tend to tighten up, especially if you're using smaller hooks. So there we go. You can see how it kind of creates the same type of lines as a knit when you're knitting instead of crocheting. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave any comments or questions below, and happy crocheting! Check out video number 2 on how to change colors, where you can get these cool kind of effects. Take care.